In this video, we're going to move from designing our project to actually prototyping it for interactivity. And this is a pretty simple process. Once I'm satisfied with my design, I want to just click on the prototype tab up at the top. It switches me to prototyping mode. And now with my selection tool, I'm going to go ahead and just close out of my assets window. With the selection tool, anything I click is going to be in prototype mode, meaning I can add interactivity to it. So I have this button selected. I want this button, whenever I click it or tap it, to take me to this page. All I have to do is have this button selected. This little arrow appears right here. I'm just going to click and drag that arrow over to this artboard. Whenever I release, notice how it highlights that artboard in blue. Whenever I release, it's going to attach those two together. It'll ask me for a trigger, so tap, drag, or voice. I'll say tap. A transition. We're going to just be using transitions. The destination, screen 2. And the type of animation, so should it slide, push, etc. The easing, you can play with these to see how they work. And whenever I click off, that's now set in stone. Notice this is identified as my home artboard with the little home icon right there. So now I'm in my second page. I'm going to click on my go to 1, and I'll just drag that back over. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So to test this, all I have to do is hit play up here in the upper right hand corner, and it'll preview, and now I can test it by clicking. It'll go back and forth. So I like how whenever I click go to 2, it pushes to the left, or it pulls from the left, and we have this great image of tab 2. But whenever I go back to 1, I kind of want it to do the reverse. So I'm going to just close out of my preview. And if I click back on the object that was prototyped, I can click on this little icon right here and change it. So I'll do slide right. Let's hit play and see how that looks. Much better. So now it's moving back and forth. There's lots of other things you can do in the prototyping window, such as overlays, which are really cool. But for now, this is enough to get started on your project.